Hey guys, it's Sam with you again. This week I'm going to teach you how to ferment your own kombucha at home. Now this is everything that you're going to need. So you'll need a cup of brown sugar, you'll need some green or black tea, you'll need some airtight bottles, and you'll also need a jar and a SCOBY. SCOBY stands for Symbiotic Culture of Bacteria and Yeast. And that's exactly what this mushroom pancake looking thing is. Now, if you don't have a SCOBY, you can buy one. People sell them online, you can get them from health food stores these days, but I am going to show you how to make your own. All that you'll need is a bottle of your favorite kombucha. It has to be a plain flavor. I use Gut Instinct. I really like their kombucha. And now what you want to do is you want to put it into the jar, so the size jar that you want your SCOBY to be. So I'm using this jar, and you just want to pour a plain flavored bottle of kombucha into the bottom there, cover it with a tea towel, and make sure you've got an elastic just to keep any bugs out. This needs to sit for 2 to 3 weeks in preferably like a dark room. Don't put it anywhere near the sun. A room that doesn't change temperature too much is ideal. And if you leave this for 2 to 3 weeks, you'll notice a layer forming on top, and that is your SCOBY. Now, once you've got your SCOBY ready to go, you need to make your ferment tea. Now, I use a big pot just because it's easy. So I put about 4 liters of water. Filtered water is best. You can also do it with tap water. So 4 liters into a big pot. Fill up your pot with whatever size water you need. I use about 2 tea bags to every liter. And then for 4 liters, I use a big cup of raw brown sugar, and you just want to make a tea, yeah? So I use green tea, you can use black tea as well. Boil that up, let the tea do its thing, and then this needs to cool down completely to room temperature before you put it anywhere near your SCOBY. If it goes in when it's really hot, it's gonna kill it, yeah? So wait for it to cool. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add that tea into this tea. Now, when you do your first ferment, you need a starter tea. So it needs to be about 1 to 2 cups. This amount is totally fine. So I'm just gonna pour my new tea in with my SCOBY and my starter tea, and that's gonna sit for about 2 weeks. Now in this jar, I have got my ferment tea, I've got my starter tea, and I've got my SCOBY. Now this, as I said, needs to sit in a cool, dark place for 8 to 14 days. Now that's sort of depending on how sweet or how tart you prefer your kombucha. If you want to change it at around 8-9 days, you'll get a sweeter tea. If you wait until the 2-week mark, the tea will be more tart and it'll be a lot less sweet, because the sugar is what feeds your beautiful SCOBY. So it's going to continue to eat that sugar, but you'll know after a couple of batches how you like it. So leave this 8 to 14 days, and then we have to do a second ferment. Now, once your kombucha has been fermenting for 8 to 14 days, what you want to do is you want to decant the liquid into your airtight containers. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. If you want to add any flavoring into these, this is the time when you do it. So my favorites are ginger and pear and rosemary, and we're going to put that right in here, and we're going to let that sit for a little while longer. Now when you do this process, it's really important that the bottles are completely airtight. When you fill them up, give the kombucha tea about 1 inch of space, 1 inch of air at the top, just to let it do its thing. Now this is the second ferment. The tea needs to sit in airtight containers for 5 to 7 days, and this is when it's going to carbonate itself. So this is when it's going to become nice and fizzy. 5 to 7 days, and then you'll be able to finally drink your tea.